Regret buying a car? Let's talk about it.
I bought my dream car and now I'm getting rid of it. Here she is. It's a Mercedes-AMG GT53. Why are you getting rid of it, Nick? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, reason number one, it's not as exciting as it once was or as I thought it was going to be. When I first got it, very exciting. Loved driving it. People would tell me how nice it was. That was cool. Never had a car that anyone ever said, that's a nice car. That felt nice. But then it faded away. That feeling of excitement faded away. And it's a good thing. I realized that no thing outside of me will ever make me happy, ever. Now, it makes you wonder, if I am not excited about the car anymore, it's been less than a year, keep in mind, why did I really buy it? Was it because I wanted it so bad and I love the car so much? Or did I just want other people to know that I can buy it? Now, if you ask me when I bought it, am I buying it for other people? I would have said, no, absolutely not. I love the car. I feel like you can't really tell until you have the car. Reason number two, I can't afford it. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. It's a $1,200 payment plus another $400 for insurance. I don't even really notice it, to be honest, coming out of my account. Not saying that to sound like a whatever, but I do okay, make a few $100,000 a year, don't really notice the payment. However, I have no property. My plan is to get a bunch of rental property and have that pay for things like this that have a monthly payment on it. Reason number three, it's a little embarrassing. Recently, I was out with a client of mine and he does very well, a lot better than me. And we kind of both know each other's numbers, and we got in my car and I could tell like we were both feeling, you shouldn't be driving this car. He knows I have a business to invest in. I should be buying property. We both know I shouldn't be driving this car. The only people that are impressed with the car that you drive are people that can't buy that car.
You know, that new feeling that you get when you get behind the wheel of a car that you never driven before. You know, he said it was a new car. It was nice. You know, people look at it. People like it. You know, especially at the end, he said people who really can't afford the car, you know, they just think, hey, you know, that car right there is a car I would like to drive. That's my dream car. It was his dream car. You know what I'm saying? Those kinds of things. For me personally, a quick backstory. I actually work for a company and they do well by me. They actually give me a car I could drive for business and personal use. The only thing I have to do every quarter is pay taxes on my personal miles, right? Which is good because I don't have to pay those taxes at the end of the year or whenever I file my taxes, X, Y, and Z, right? The thing of not having no car maintenance, not have to pay for gas, just a bunch of little knickknacks like that for a little bit of a payoff as far as taxes, I think is a good deal if you ask me. On top of that, right, I actually do have my own personal car. It was actually my first ever car, right? And a lot of people tell me all the time, hey, you should go ahead and sell it, get a little bit of money for it, X, Y, and Z, right? But for me personally, I keep it around because one, it's already paid off. Second, there's really nothing wrong with it. And third, you just want to have it for a rainy day, right? You never up and know what companies may do, businesses, X, Y, and Z, right? So I keep the car because it's a great safe haven for me, right? If I ever do need it. And on top of that, it's a fully functional car, right? That's already paid off and something I actually fully own outright. So why go ahead and give that luxury up when, okay, if I don't have that car, lose my job that I'm currently working right now, right? Then I have to actually go buy a car. And then if it's a car, okay, nowadays it's not the right price, inflation, whatever they want to call it, I may have to finance that car. Instead, I just have this car I have right now and it's fully functional and everything. It may not have the, you know, extra gadgets as far as Bluetooth, the heated seats, the this, that, and the third, right? That some of these new cars have, right? But it gets the job done. It gets me to point A to point B, right? He even mentioned, right? He makes a good, you know, living. He makes a good income, right? But he'd rather invest that money. I feel as if when you look at it from that perspective, right, there's a lot of people in those same situations, whether it be not even a car, it could be a house, it could be this thing, it could be that thing, this luxury item, that luxury item, things that just cost a bunch of money and have to cause you to spend a lot of money in bulk. Let's say that, right? He said his monthly payment, well, I think it was $2,400. His insurance was $400, a total of $2,800. So that's about $3,000. That doesn't include gas, oil changes, things like that, right? So the overall maintenance of the car, you take all that money and just invest it, like he said, into himself. He wants rental properties, all that good stuff. Then, hey, you could, again, like he said, have that business rental properties, X, Y, and Z working for you to be able to get those things. Therefore, all the money that you're actually making in excess is just really going to you, and all the play money that you're getting from whatever rental property, X, Y, and Z, that's actually going towards the luxury items that you want. Play the game like everybody else, even if you don't necessarily agree with 100%, right? If you want some sort of, let's say, stability, right? You want some sort of advantages to get ahead, those kinds of things, right? Use the loopholes, use the different things to get ahead and just create a better future, right? But let's get back into it.
So my whole entire life, I always bought cars that were salvage, right? And I never had a car payment ever. Except for this year, I got in a car accident. I was like, oh, let me go get a new car. So I decided to get the Lexus IS 350F Sport. And I was like, yeah, I could pay for it. Why not? Lo and motherfucking behold, the payments are $800 and something. So I just rounded up and I pay $900 a month. Not only do I pay $900 a month, but my insurance used to be $360. Until I hit up State Farm and I was like, hey man, it's a little high. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, we did a little family package and I'm only paying $240 for insurance. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting a nice car, make sure you can afford it. And trust me, you're gonna miss driving around in that 1996 Camry, because I sure as hell do.
This is one thing that I've been learning as I've kind of lived life a little bit. I'm 25 now, so I've kind of lived a little bit, experienced a couple things, experienced a couple firsts, X, Y, and Z, right? Luxury truly should be what it's meant for. Luxury. People can actually afford the luxury. I feel like nowadays they're pushing luxury to the average person or the low class person, where it really should be aimed towards, I guess, the high class, high end individual, right? But they're making it to where, oh, it could be accessible for you, right? That's the, marketing schemes behind it. It could be accessible to the everyday, regular American, everyday human being, X, Y, Z, everyday consumer. Then in turn, people in their mind are thinking, oh, I can actually afford this. I can actually, be driving the same thing that they see maybe someone online or someone they look up to, inspired to be, someone in the position that they want to be in. They could feel like that, right? They could, feel like they have the same, let's say, impact. Perception is not always what it seems, right? A lot of people who you think are always doing good, always on top of their stuff, X, Y, Z, they aren't really on top of their stuff always. A lot of them could be drowning in debt, right? But you would never know. You just think, oh, they have this nice car, they have the nice shoes, the new clothes, the new this, new that, new iPhone, new MacBook, whatever it is, right? They can have all those things. However, you don't even know if they're financing every single one of those things. Every single one of those things are on payments. Every single one of those things are on this, that, X, Y, Z. Like, I know some people, a lady told me the other day, right? Shout out to her, she cool. But she was like, I put everything on payments. Like, anything that's worth putting on payments, she puts on payments. And I was like, what? I was like, if you can go ahead and buy it and afford it, like, go ahead and buy it, therefore you don't have to worry about it in the long run, right? Now she was like, okay, if there was a couple things as far as like a couple $1,000s worth, or something that was just an extraneous amount, she was like, she wouldn't put that on payments, right? But I feel as if your everyday lifestyle, if you can't afford to live your everyday lifestyle and the means that you want to live it into, then don't try to live that lifestyle, right? They say live below your means, but sometimes just live at your means, right? If you can afford the $5 cheese, buy the $5 cheese. If you can afford the great value cheese, then hey, that's what you can afford, right? But you have to live within that moment, live within yourself. Don't be trying to, okay, I want this, I want that. Now, every once in a while, right? Maybe get something. If you get a little bit of extra money, right? Maybe that one singular item that you're really not used to or really can't buy. Now get it this one time, right? But other than that, live in your means, live with what you can live with what you can accommodate yourself with, right? And then, yeah, just worry about you, man. Don't be out here trying to, keep up with the Joneses, as they say. But let's get back into it.
Listen, don't buy no Jeep Wrangler. This was a mistake. I'm sitting in one right now. I was on my way to take a road trip. Got my whole entire car, my whole entire Jeep packed up, and it starts vibrating and shaking and breaking down on the road. Mind you, I bought it brand new, and it's going crazy on the highway. It's wobbling and the whole car is shaking. I bought this car, no miles on it. This same thing happened to me 2 months after I bought this car. When I went to go to take it to them, I said, what is going on with my car? It's brand new. I've only had it for 2 months and it's shaking, rattling, and rolling. What's good? When I get to the service department, they're like, what do you mean? What's going on? Explain it to me. So I'm like, it's shaking whenever I go over like a bump or something in the road. And then she's like, oh, yeah, the death wobble. Okay. So if there's a name for it, that already lets me know that this is a common issue. You already knew what the hell I was talking about before I started talking. And 3, why are y'all selling this car to people if you know that something's wrong with it? So at that moment, I'm thinking, let me go ahead and give y'all car back, was the conversation I'm ready to have, and which is what I was telling her. She's like, no, it's just a common thing. You kind of fix it once, you know the corporate Aaron voice. It's a common thing. It kind of happens once and then we fix it and like things are good. Things are not good because here we are literally a year and it's doing the same thing. So then I go back to the service department and I'm like, hey, I used her term. She gave me the term, the death wobble. Matter of fact, when I got there, I said, it's doing the death rattle. I'm from South Carolina by way of Georgia, okay? So I say death. I haven't seen deaths, funerals, births happen. I'm death rattle. I know what a death rattle is. That happens before somebody dies. So I say death rattle. She's like, oh no, the death wobble. Okay, I don't give a damn if it's the death wobble, rattle, shake, roll. You know what I'm talking about. Then she's like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. We can get you in January 10th at such and such time. I'm like, it's 2 days before Christmas and I got a road trip to take. You can't get me until January 10th? Of course you can't. You don't give a damn. You don't care. And I know that this is going to happen again because this is the second time that this has happened. So since it is going to happen again, what happens when it happens again? Well, you're covered under 36,000 miles because of the warranty. So you're aware of it. It has a nickname. You knew this before I bought the car. Not only that, the nickname is called the death wobble. Hello. I'm sorry. I thought I was buying a safe vehicle for me and my daughter. I don't know. At this point, it's a regretful buy. I had a Nissan 2 times in the past. Let me tell y'all something. Nissan ain't failed on me yet. Reason why I'm making this video is because I want to talk to the girl who's about to buy a Jeep Wrangler because you like Jeep Wranglers, because that was me a year ago. And let me tell you something, worst purchase I've ever made. Nobody warned me. When I did my research before I bought this car, I read everything I was supposed to read. It ain't say nothing about no death wobble. I feel scammed out of my money. I had PTSD. Okay, you know what this triggered in me? This triggered in me back when I used to drive a Chevy Cruze and it was old and it was breaking down at the light. And all that I kept telling myself was, yo, I'm going to make enough money to save up enough money and I'm going to get a brand new car. And I did that. I did my part. I worked so hard to get to a point where I built my credit up and I had the money to buy the car that I wanted and I chose the Jeep Wrangler and you did me dirty.
That damn death wobble, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. You know what's so funny about this whole situation? Why I'm laughing so hard was because my first ever dream car was actually a Jeep Wrangler. Like when I was in like early high school, I would say late middle school, early high school, I was like, I want a Jeep Wrangler, right? That was like the car at the time. I forgot what year this was. This is probably 2014, 2015, something like that, right? Like Jeep Wranglers was popping, right? If you was getting a Jeep Wrangler, like you was getting a lot of people's dream car, a lot of car everybody wanted to take off the doors, you know, they wanted to have the wheel on the back of the car, you know, all those like things like that just look real cool, you know, go mudding, whatever it is, you know, I'm from the South, so we go mudding and stuff. I don't know where they do that everywhere else, right? But that's what we do, right? Everybody wanted a Jeep Wrangler, and that's so funny, right? The death wobble, man. A lot of companies, that's how they get you. She talked about it, right? Y'all knew what the current issues were before you were selling the car, right? You knew the things that came with it, you know, you knew the reputation, you know, that came with the car, right? And I feel like that's a lot of Jeeps right now. I feel like Jeep has been under a lot of scrutiny lately, right? That whole, I think it's General Motors, I want to say Dodge, Jeep, all that good stuff, Chrysler, like all that good stuff. I don't know. Don't be at me in the comments if I'm wrong, if it's not General Motors, right? But anyways, they've been under a lot of heat lately because a lot of the cars just aren't worth the price of admission that they're charging, right? A lot of them having different issues, having different faults, you know, different this, different that. A lot of brand reputation on the line right now with a lot of those cars, right? So if you're looking at one of those cars, and like she said, if you're looking at one of them Jeep Wranglers, watch out for the death wobble, man, because that death wobble could be very serious, right? If you feel that death wobble, please get your car to the dealership, man, but hope it's under that warranty, and hope they're not playing with your warranty, right? And hopefully they're not playing with your time, your money, your energy, your warranty, all that good stuff. That 36,000 miles is probably a hard cap. So you 3601, it's over. You're not getting rid of the death wobble. The death wobble might be a great dance or something one day. You never know. But anyways, if you stuck with me this long, man, I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate all the support, man. And if you liked the video while you stuck with me this long, go ahead, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe as well. It's only going to help the algorithm and help build this channel. Again, I'm going to say this every time, right? I'm here to build a community, here to grow, here to just talk about all the different things that maybe no one else wants to talk about or people are just scared to talk about, right? So if you have anything that you want me to discuss and talk about, leave it in the comments below, right? Or react and comment to anything that maybe I have said this video, right? Leave your thoughts below. Again, I appreciate all the support and all that y'all have done. Until next video, and I'm out.